Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. So today we will be presenting our innovation project entitled Namusza Board Game. Actually, Namusza is stand for Nahwal Muslimun Al-Dhakiyun, which means towards smart Muslim. Our innovation project is related to Al-Qawaid Al-Fiqhiyyah and Al-Maqasid Al-Syariah. Let me introduce first my team members, which are me, myself, Hidayatul Husna binti Rahmat, Mawaddah binti Faisal, Luqman Hakim bin Borhan, and Safiah binti Hasan. Okay, so why we create this innovation project? Usually, the most of the Islamic education teachers prefer the lecture-based method, which is teacher-centered. So this is not meet the 21st century. So this is why the student feels bored. And also, they have difficulty to memorize the legal maxims of fiqh and its branches. They also have difficulty to apply the legal maxims of fiqh in the real-life situation. كما قال الحكماء العلم بلا عمل كالشجر بلا ثمر. So we have to practice the knowledge that we have learned. Last but not least, the lack of the understanding of the Maqasid Syariah. Moving on to the objective of our innovation project, which are to attract students in learning the legal maxims of fiqh and Maqasid Syariah knowledge through gamification, and also they can increase student cognitive ability to perceive legal maxims and its branches relating to the real world situation, and also it can expose students with the comprehensive knowledge of Maqasid Syariah with application to the real world situations.
Next is about our description of innovation. Actually, our innovation is based on the topics from legal maxims or Qawaid Fiqhiyyah and Maqasid Syariah books. Then, we transfer the notes from the books to Canva. Then, we come out with the board game. Next, we move on to the description of ideas. The idea is adopted from Hirak, or it is named Hijrah Rasulullah Educational Games and Jutaria. It focuses on several topics under the legal maxims and Maqasid Syariah. And it also implements the method of learn, play and apply.
Alright, I will explain to you the specification of the Namusza board game. If you purchase this innovative and interactive game, first, you will receive an A3 size board for the game that consists of colorful spaces and pictures. Second, various color of tokens function as indicators for the player to move around the pathway of the game. Third, you will get the dice. And fourth, the colorful flashcards indicate either mission you need to fulfill or trivia or punishment. Fifth, the stars function as the reward to the player who can correctly answer the questions in the blue and yellow flashcards. Players are required to collect the stars until reaching the finishing space. The player who collected the highest number of stars is the winner. Sixth, the tutorial template will guide you to play the game successfully. And lastly, the answer pamphlet, where the instructor could evaluate the player's answer, whether they answered the questions correctly or not. Player could also scan the QR code embedded in the white flashcard to know the further information regarding the Al-Qawaid, Al-Fiqhiyyah and Maqasid Al-Syariah. That's all for the specification parts of the Namusza board game.
Alright, now let's move on to our game. So this is our board game called Namusza. As you can see on our board, there are 4 types of spaces or colors. So if the player stops at white space, he will receive a white card consisting of trivia on Al-Qawaid Al-Fiqhiyyah or Al-Maqasid Al-Syariah. But if the player stops at the blue space, he will receive a blue card and he needs to answer the question related to Qawaid Al-Fiqhiyyah. But if he stops at the yellow space, then he will get a yellow card and he must answer Maqasid Syariah question. If only he answers the question correctly, then he will get stars from the guardian according to the number stated on the card. If the player fails to answer, he must give or return 1 star to the guardian as a penalty. But what if he stops at a red space? Then it means the player will receive a red card consisting of penalties. So, how to play this game? The first step is to appoint a guardian to take charge of keeping the flashcards, stars, and also answer pamphlets. Then he will shuffle the blue, yellow, and red cards respectively and put them face down at the side of the board. Also, he will give a different token and 5 stars to each player. For all the players to get their turns, all players will throw 2 dice, and the bigger number gained will subtract the smaller one. Thus, whoever gets the least number from that subtraction will be the first player, and so on. Alright, so the first player will start the game using the same technique as before by throwing 2 dice, and he will move his token according to the number he obtained. The same goes for the next players. In the end, the player with the highest total of stars will be considered as the winner, or we call it Al-Muslim Al-Zaki. Okay, so to get more understanding of how to play this game, you can scan this QR code and watch our team plays the Namusza game.
Okay, for this time, I will tell you the innovative features of Namusza board game. First, Namusza is flexible. It can be played at anywhere and anytime. Also, it can be served as interactive teaching aid for secondary and tertiary students. Teachers could implement this Namusza board game in the class during the lessons. Second, Namusza is interactive. It implements the QR code to provide further notes and information regarding the Al-Qawaid, Al-Fiqhiyyah, and Al-Maqasid Al-Syariah knowledge. Third, Namusza is attractive. It applies the reward and punishment method in the gamification to increase student engagement in learning the Qawaid Al-Fiqhiyyah and Maqasid Al-Syariah. And lastly, Namusza is interesting game. Namusza has exciting, colorful flashcard and trivia. Also, students required to answer higher order thinking skill question or mission throughout the game. That's all from us. Thank you. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.